Dagummit.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are, episode 10, milestone episode of the Dagummit podcast featuring Brandon and Alec.
Episode 10.
And here, as a special surprise, our first ever 4 guests, or 4 people total episode. We have Barry and Chloe.
2 guests. Oh my gosh.
2 guests. Whoa. Introduce yourselves, Barry and Chloe.
Barry and Chloe. Go ahead, Barry.
I'm Barry.
What's that short for?
Nothing.
Barack.
Barry Keith Black. I am a junior. Actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
A lineage of,
You are a
of
junior?
Oh, sure. I sure am.
I didn't know that.
Sure am a
I
junior.
don't know that.
a long lineage
This
of
is,
wealthy young men.
This is Chloe.
How are you
Beautiful
guys relate? Oh.
Related.
Beat him to it.
Yeah.
Oh my
How are you guys
gosh.
related?
How are you related?
How are you guys related?
We don't talk about that.
Ooh.
It's an off-screen discussion.
Where do you guys come from?
I'm originally from New Jersey. Been here in Virginia for
The Garden
about a
State.
year. The Garden State. There's
Never saw a single tree when I was up there.
Neither have I.
Incredible.
It's to attract tourists, obviously.
Oh, like Iceland,
Exactly.
except opposite.
It's Greenland.
Greenland.
Nice.
Yeah.
Green. Yeah.
I
Okay.
understand.
New Jersey. New
I'm
Jersey?
from Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Asia.
What?
I know, it's crazy.
Next
Oh,
door
how'd you
neighbors
guys meet?
to North Carolina.
How do you guys meet?
Well, we met in South Carolina,
Yeah.
volunteering at the firehouse down there. So
Oh, really?
Incorrect. We met before
Well,
that.
going to the firehouse, but pretty much.
What, the firehouse dances?
What? What?
The what?
No. Oh,
What are we doing at the firehouse?
Fighting fires, saving
Can't
lives,
fight fires.
throwing ladders,
That's illegal.
slinging hose.
It's not illegal.
It's only illegal to set them.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It is
yeah,
very
you're right.
illegal.
Very.
You would know.
Well, yeah. We all start somewhere.
Yeah. We've all been there. Damn chillins.
How was
Setting fires?
So what do you guys do at the firehouse?
Well, we fought fires.
Were you actually
Wait, the
Yes.
fire.
Yeah, we were
both
firefighters.
The
Volunteer
firehouse was on fire.
No.
We wait there and then
To go to the fires.
then we get a
Excellent.
call and then usually it's like an old person who pooped
Fell down.
themselves and doesn't have clothes on that we have to help get up and put in an
No
ambulance.
way.
That doesn't sound like a fire.
Unfortunately.
That's
If anything, that
We
90%.
sounds.
do a lot of lift calls.
Yeah, 90% of the calls were that, which is really unfortunate. But the few that were fires, pretty fun.
Pretty intense.
It's real enjoyable. We only had some gunshot trauma stuff, some children.
How
That
many
was-
car crashes?
car fires? 3. One of which was out front of the firehouse. Car crashes in
Somebody
South Carolina.
hit the fire truck.
Not as often as
you
Jersey.
might think.
Yeah,
What?
kind of
And
crazy.
South
There
Carolina
were
drivers
so
are bad.
many car
Fatal
crashes.
crashes that need
We
firefighter
don't go
response.
to all of them.
Yeah, we only go to car crashes where there's either a trapped.
This is an elite
Jaws of
team.
life.
They only go to
Yeah.
Because the cops
Top
go
priorities.
To the other ones.
Yeah, so the first responder, the cop will show up, and then they deem, hey,
We need assistance.
this person's like dead or is stuck and needs help, or it's on fire. That's like the 3 cases really, or like multi-car pileups, stuff
stuck,
like that.
fire, or dead.
Yeah,
All right. It's a good
a
band.
lot of. It's a good band.
It's a
name.
good band.
Stuck fire,
Stuck, fire, or dead.
stick fire, dead.
You ever use the Jaws of life?
Of course, trained on them for hours.
Of course.
Hydraulic.
Everyone trains on them?
Yes,
You have to do auto extrication, get certified to use them.
this is correct. The jaws of life is a term that we don't normally use.
Really?
They're called Hurst tools.
Yeah,
H-U-R-S-T.
Gosh.
There's
They knew what they were
spreaders.
talking about.
Yeah, there's spreaders that are to spread things.
Yep.
There's a big piston we call a ram. So it's like a piston that'll push out, and that's to like move the car door.
Off
Open.
of the person.
And then there are cutters,
Which is what most people think of when they think of
Yeah.
the jaws of life.
and there's also an Omni tool that kind of combines the cutter and the spreader, which is kind of nice sometimes. But yeah, so it's when people say jaws of life, they're referring to
The cutters.
the cutters, but Hurst tools encompass all 3, and you can't really just use the one. It's use all 3 to perform a task. So like getting somebody unstuck from a car, like you roll the dash, and you need all 3 tools to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Which it's a a lot of practice actually to get good at it.
Yeah, because you also have to worry about like glass shattering
Yeah.
or like
And
plastic.
you don't want to crush the
finishing.
person more.
Yeah,
That would be not
ideal.
Not great.
Less
Yeah.
than ideal.
Yeah.
One could say.
What was the worst thing? What was the worst call?
Worst call?
Why are your eyes
Worst-
doing that when you
He's like, I want to know.
What's the
Worst-
worst thing you've ever seen?
The worst
I've
call-
known people, and I know that they see some really bad stuff.
I'd say it was 4th of July 2 years ago.
I get to tell.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You mind crawling
We
up
were,
on
we
your
were on
mic
this
a little?
call. We were on
Yeah.
this call together.
Yeah, so we both ended up going. It was 4th of July, like 2 years ago, right outside of base behind the high school. If you were driving down like St. James, there was a high school. Behind the high school was
This is in
like
South Carolina.
really low income housing, and there were a lot of drive-bys and stuff. So we were very frequent in that neighborhood.
Yes.
But we got a call for a kid who had a gunshot wound, and so we show up, and there are basically like 3 adults holding this kid down, and he has a through and through hole through his thigh. Yeah,
That big.
very large, and
He's like 7.
yeah,
What?
His leg's
Yep.
like this big, and the hole in it is like that big.
it's like most of his leg.
straight through the thigh.
Yep, and I think it took off part of the bone, but it didn't fully
I
go
chipped
through
it
the
for
bone.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had to like pack it, get him in the ambulance so he could get taken off
Put
to
the
the
tourniquet
hospital.
on him. Yeah.
Yep.
He was a trooper though. He didn't
We found
cry.
a stuffed
He was-
animal to give to him, and yeah.
He was doing good.
Also,
He was
we had to
didn't
like
cry?
strongest kid
yeah.
I've
We
ever seen.
Also had to push cops out of the way
Yeah.
because they like to think that they are in charge when in fact they are
Uh-oh.
not
They
trained
almost,
in these things all the time.
Oh no.
So they take charge of certain calls. There are definitely
They're
certain calls
actually
that they take
extremely
lead.
Annoying.
Oh.
Anyways, the cops were in the way, so we had to like park our rigs to try to get them out of the way. We get the kid off to the
Yeah.
hospital. One of the firefighters has to drive the ambulance so that the 2 EMTs can help deal with the other people who had
Yes.
auxiliary injuries. And
Drive by.
then, as the guy who is driving the ambulance gets back to the station after the call's all over, he tells us that there's like a 90% chance that was not a gunshot wound, because once they got to the hospital and were able to like actually evaluate things, the entire wound had searing around it, which leans
Yeah.
towards it's
What?
the 4th of July. It's probably a firework, like a Roman candle. So
Through
this kid
his leg.
got shot with a Roman candle that went
What?
through his leg,
Or
and
so,
they called
I
it
think
in
it was
as a
bigger,
drive-by.
bigger firework.
Or like one of
There
the
were
Yeah.
more people
one of the-
injured.
Yeah, it'd have to be
But-
something.
it
freaking big to
probably
go
was
through.
one of the bulbs that you're not supposed to have as
Yeah.
a civilian, so it was
Right.
easier to call in
Yeah.
as a gunshot wound and not get questioned about it.
Yeah, but what about the other people that were injured?
They
There
just
was-
had like scrapes or like missing
There was
skin
shrapnel.
burns, shrapnel, yeah.
Yeah.
But
There's
the
this
kid
guy who
definitely
had
got
shit
the
all in
worst
his
of
arm,
it. He probably like
like glass
fell
from a car.
over it or something.
It was pretty bad
Yeah.
all around. Pretty bad.
And it's also really hard to like think clearly when there's like a kid screaming a blood curdling cry in the middle of the
But didn't cry.
not cry,
he
just
he was,
screamed.
loud.
yes.
Not a single tear.
You lose a third of your thigh and not
Yeah.
scream.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying good for him. The
Yeah,
guy
he's-
didn't cry.
He was conscious and aware the
Yeah, he
entire
stayed
time.
awake. And he's
Whole
just
time.
screaming,
Just
which is
screaming.
completely reasonable.
I would say that's probably the worst day in that kid's entire life.
yeah. But he has an awesome story to tell everyone.
Yeah.
I think
Whether
the
it
only
was-
one that could possibly top that was when we took the fire truck to he
Oh
got
my
a
God.
call from his own house and we showed up
That
and his
was
toddler was choking.
awful.
And there's not a lot you can do
Yeah.
when like a 2-year-old is choking. If you can't see it and scoop it out, like you can pat them on the back, but you can't
It was
like
the
do the
engineer's
Heimlich maneuver.
Infant.
Yeah, but it was like his kid who's choking. And so
Yeah.
not only do you have to worry about like the kid and making sure he's handled properly and whatever, but now the most experienced guy who should know what he's doing is now like an emotional wreck because he's like,
Like,
that's
oh,
my
wait,
child
that's
turning
My
purple.
house.
Yeah. And so
Ugh.
that one was a little rough because you don't have the guy who's supposed to know what he's doing to do anything. You have to make them leave
Yeah.
when they're like connected to any of the victims. So that one was pretty rough too.
So did he
Yeah.
turn out okay?
Yeah, the kid's fine.
He's fine.
Kid's
he's
fine.
good. He's
But
good.
super,
Didn't
super
know what
stressful.
to do.
Uh,
Super stressful.
Oh my
situation.
gosh. Yeah, I can
But,
imagine. I'm getting stressed out thinking about it.
Yeah, it's a lot. Just we cope by making really dark jokes all the time, but it's okay.
Yeah,
Promise.
I heard that's
Small
what a
mouth
lot of
jokes.
people in those positions do.
You have to. You
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
Or else it'll just eat away. The worst actually are the dreams. They always come back,
Really? Yeah.
especially
Always
the
come
children.
back.
Which is unfortunate.
And the first one's the worst. You think you're fine in the moment, perfectly fine in the moment,
And
but
you're fine
that
after.
that night, and then sometimes things pop up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the sacrifice.
How long were
I know.
you guys volunteering?
The entire time we were in South
About 9
Carolina.
years for me. Been doing it in Jersey.
Oh, you've been doing
Yeah,
you were
for
doing
a
it
long
before
time.
South Carolina.
She started in South Carolina for
Yeah.
So for me,
a few
like
years.
year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
So
Excuse
we've been
me.
told that you have a story to tell us.
Yeah.
Which story was it?
The celebrity.
Celebrity one?
Yeah.
Celebrity
let's
running.
hear it.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh. It's the first.
So I recently, within the last week or so, at the place that we frequent, we often
Our
find
workplace.
our workplace.
Yes.
We sometimes get the occasional visitor,
Oh my gosh.
distinguished guest, if you will, who likes to pop in and say, "Hey, how's it going?"
Hey.
And this particular distinguished guest was Drew Carey.
Wow.
Drew Carey from The
Drew
Price
Carey.
is Right.
Price is
Wow.
Right, not the one from Family Feud,
Slightly
not the Drew
different.
Carey from Me, Myself, and Irene.
Not any of the other Drew Carey.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
But the price.
None of the
is
other
right.
versions.
No, the Drew Carey from Whose Line Is It Anyway is what I know him from best.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
I love that show.
That's good.
Growing
It's a good
up,
show.
all
That's a
the
great
time.
show.
I love Whose Line Is It Anyway. It's very sad that he's not really on it anymore. He was a better host, in my opinion.
Ooh.
Wow.
Then
Oh my
Aisha
gosh.
Tyler.
Controversial opinion.
No offense to
Throwing
Aisha
some
Tyler.
shade.
She tries her darndest.
Holy cow. Chill.
Wow.
I can't help it.
Too many hot takes in one episode.
I'm a fan of the classic era.
I have to
of
edit
Whose
this
Line.
all
That's-
out.
You know what? It's fair.
She can come to this
Hey.
studio.
Wow.
But yeah, so Drew Carey comes by, and unfortunately for him, it is a rough transition to the environment. I guess
Really?
the heat,
Oh.
the Virginian heat,
I hate the heat here.
It's
I
nothing.
sympathize with him.
and so he starts like having a bit of a cough,
As one does.
trying to talk to everybody. He's dry, and so he's like, "Could I trouble somebody for a glass of water?" And people are running around rampant, trying to get this man his H2O. And I'm like, shoot, I almost know that there's like no water nearby because we've been having plumbing issues recently.
Yeah.
And so there's like not really any water around to give this
Celebrity.
gracious young celebrity. And so I'm like, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure, well, I know for a fact
Oh no.
I have an emergency supply of beverage in my my little cubby that I have nearby.
Yeah.
And so I make a quick dash to my cubby hole and I pull out my Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream.
Oh my.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Gosh.
My Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream can that was in there for a rainy day. Conveniently, it was raining that day. And you almost got it from me a couple weeks back. It's been in my little
Oh,
cubby
wow.
for a while.
Little stash.
Yeah. And it was my last can. I just put it in there one day just for the giggles of it.
Of course.
And so I was like, I need to give this to Mr. Carey. He needs it. He's going to die without it. So
It's a life
I ran,
Dr. Pepper.
got it, ran back, and he was still answering questions, having a bit of, clearing his throat
Of course.
pretty often. I'm like, excuse me, Mr. Carey. You're like a Dr. Pepper, sir? He's like,
This is a mystery tool that'll help
yeah,
us later.
I'll take a Dr. Pepper. And so I'm like,
And he turned to the camera. Not a sponsor.
he turned to the camera and he locked eyes with me. He's like, Yeah, I'll take a Dr. Pepper. He comes over to me, man of my dreams.
Oh, wow.
He's like, he takes my Dr. Pepper, cracks a cold one with me. I didn't have
Well,
I didn't have a
anything,
cold
so
one.
you didn't.
Technically, he cracked
But it was
open a cold one
his.
with me.
He cracked a cold one.
He cracked
with
my cold
no
one open with himself and me.
And me.
He cracked your cold one.
He cracked our cold one together, and he took one sip. He's like, "It really helped." He gave me the can back. I still have that can.
I was about to
Oh
say,
my
never
I still
throw
have
that
that
can
can.
away.
He's
Never.
keeping
You
it.
should have made him sign it.
I still have that
Yeah.
daggum can.
You should have
Right.
made him sign
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh,
Did he
You
keep
could have sold
coughing
that can
after
for
it?
a lot of
no, he was good. He was all good.
What the hell?
He was like,
It helped.
you really saved the day. You know
Wow.
that? And I was like, I saved your Carrie's day.
Wow.
When you initially
I'm a
told
hero.
me that you were a hero,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. The way I
I
described
said save it for the podcast, I was expecting a much more extravagant heroism
Yeah.
story.
no.
Hey, what?
He's
this
like,
man,
oh yeah, this is perfect
saved.
for the podcast.
He saved the day. I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
I'm sorry.
He
How
got
many-
he got Drew Carey a drink.
Of course.
That's what
many-
happened.
when no one
Of
else could.
course.
How many celebrities have you given a drink?
Yeah. How many
Yeah.
celebrities have you
How many-
catered for?
How many celebrities have you saved the
Yeah.
day?
Yeah. Hold your finger up to the camera.
Yeah. Let's see. How many?
Show. Yep. Up.
Oh,
Up.
oh,
Not. Not up.
zero.
Not up.
Zero.
Zero. That's what I thought. Zero.
Exactly.
And I held up a fist.
That's all you've done with it too.
Oh my.
How dare you, sir?
Dare you?
Wow.
God.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, our first walk off.
Oh.
Holy cow! Not my co-host. And so,
No longer.
and
Co-host no
so
more.
he continues on with the questions. We learned a lot about him and his life. And
What did he say?
He told many stories. Not that many. He didn't have a lot of time, but he told us. Drew Carey was in the Marines.
Really?
Yeah, so somebody
not-
else
I
in
did
the
not know
audience
that.
had been in the military at one time or another, and had asked
Sure.
him, what was your favorite boot camp story? And conveniently, I didn't really get to hear it because that's when I dashed to my cubby
Dang.
to
You were
get my
doing
drink.
your heroism.
Yeah, I was
Of
course.
doing my heroic act,
Mm-hmm.
and he told us about this group of young men that were. Well, he told the people. I asked secondhand. A group of young men who were known to like goof off.
Of course.
In as one does probably behind the scenes at boot camp. I don't know. I've
Sure.
never been.
Yeah.
But,
you know, I imagine.
Can only imagine what goes on in Marine boot camp.
Yeah.
And so he
Full
was
Metal
saying
Jacket.
his yeah. It's an excellent film. One that we could
That's
talk
what
about
happens.
for hours. That is what happens.
Yes.
Someone dies every time.
Every
Yep.
boot camp
It's
side.
sad.
Time.
And
There's
so
one.
there's always
Smuggles
one.
donuts and
Always one.
costs himself.
There's got to be one.
Yeah.
They go through recruits like crazy. But so he was telling us about his recruiter told him you can do one of two things. You can either be completely anonymous and get by, or you can be the star of the show and have your drill sergeant, what have you, they call them, love you to death because you're such a perfect young private, whatever.
Specimen.
And
If you
so
They'll never love you.
he decided they'll never love you. He just, I guess.
So I've heard.
So I've heard. So I've been told from Drew Carey.
Secondhand.
Those
Secondhand.
words came out of his
Secondhand. So he decided to be the anonymous person, and there was like 7 people or so that he said they called the. It wasn't the lucky 7, but it was like the goofy 7 or something like that. And they would often screw up, and then they would get beat like daily. Just specifically the 7 of them in front of everybody as a joke from their drill sergeant that they thought was
amazing.
hilarious. And he was like every day he would just crack up because he thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Just seeing these same 7 guys because
the
his
lucky 7.
his instructor would call them, hey, bring me my lucky
Hey.
7, and then they would,
Yeah, well, for
they
the
would-
heck of it.
hey, it's bedtime, bring me my lucky 7. You come up there and then they would just get
Wow.
beat
Gotta
badly.
beat him
When you
once a
say-
day for good luck.
Once a day, keep them in shape.
When you say beat,
Oh,
you don't mean actual.
I don't think he meant actual beatings. Like I don't think he was just
Whoa.
socking these
You
guys.
never know.
After looking up the term, it sounds like a beating is like exercise.
That's
More
when they
or
work
less.
out.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, in the movies, you see them, they get on the ground and they get them on the ground. They're like, give me 20.
Yeah, that was the lucky
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, that was Lucky 7. They're always getting
Every day.
exercise. Excellent shape.
So did you?
Extra fries.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm sure Marines get fries.
All the time.
Did you get a hug from Mr. Carey?
I got 2 handshakes, and I counted each one.
Both hands?
2?
Or
Two.
same hand?
Yeah, was it like this?
It was one, and then another after I got a signed autograph from him,
Wow.
which I did not have on me today because.
Did you get one for
That's
the drink?
unfortunate.
Pixar didn't happen.
Thanks, sir.
Get one for the what? Oh yeah. He took the Dr. P from me.
So you're
After he drank my pee, I shook his hand, and then he was like, "Thanks, man. You really saved the day. You're a hero." I was like,
Wow.
I'm a hero.
So you're telling me
I'm
you
gonna wear
have
that badge of honor forever."
his DNA
No.
in a can.
We're gonna clone Drew Carey. That's what I just heard.
Fortunately, I don't have his DNA due to a crazed fan that approached me later.
Oh, that wanted a can?
They specifically.
Was it a person that's been on this podcast before?
I will never admit to that.
Say,
Oh.
spill it. Who is it?
Interesting.
But this
Were they on the
particular
podcast?
this particular
Must be.
individual wanted the contents of the rest of the can since he
Oh.
only took one sip.
Is it Lexi?
Which one? So the can's empty now.
So the DNA is now mixed. Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
You'll
fully
never
mixed.
be
So
able to
useless.
clone him now.
Yeah.
I can't clone him.
It's unfortunate.
Ridiculous.
It's unfortunate.
Dadgummit.
All right, Barry, you want to explain what's going on here?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna play a game called Two of These People
Let's
Are
play a
Lying.
game.
Each of us have looked up an article at random on Wikipedia. We've wrote them down, put them on a little slip. Wrote them down, put them on a little slip here in the center. Before Alec over here
Good old Alec.
Good old Alec.
will be our judge
That's me.
today.
I'm Alec.
You gotta
Right there.
stare right into them.
Right there. All right.
Alec over here.
They're gonna demonetize you.
Alec over here will be our
We've been-
judge for the first few rounds.
First
Mm.
wave.
The objective is to
Survive.
trick him into thinking that the person who did not read the article was the one who found the article. So our objective here is to lie straight up to him and get him to believe us. If he finds out whoever article it is, he gets a point. If we get to trick him, all of us together get a point. For every time you get a point, we'll all drink, and every time we get a point, you'll drink.
So the person who has read the article that knows everything about this, they are also trying to trick me.
Correct, but they have to tell the truth.
Okay.
If
Yes.
it's your article, you do have to tell
They're-
the truth.
Correct.
However,
Wait. So
I recommend taking notes. Like make a thing, one for each of us. Just a little shorthand.
oh man, he needs his reading glasses.
Shoot.
Kelly,
Would you like blue?
can you get the reading glasses?
Sure.
no,
I'm
not.
I'm of not that much import.
It's okay. You can use a red one if you'd like. It's all gonna be wrong. Anyway.
Wait, so who?
I'm gonna write my
who's
name at the
drinking
top so I
when?
know it's me.
So
if he gets a point, we all drink.
if Alec
We get
finds
a
out
point.
who is
Can I write upside down? I'm left-handed.
the truther, if you will,
The truther, the truth teller.
if he finds the truth
soothsayer.
teller,
Mhm.
we all drink.
Even the person that
Because we
told
didn't-
the truth.
Yes, because we didn't trick him.
Yeah, but the person.
We're on a team together.
Okay,
It's
We're on a
us
team together. It's
against
us
Alec.
against Alec.
but
You versus me.
does the people that didn't convince him also have to do a drink for that?
What?
Yeah. So if we convince him, like if it wasn't my article and I trick him and he thinks it's me who had the article, then he drinks and none of us do.
So it's either him or us.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Always has been. Always will be.
Huh? How much are we drinking?
It's either
Because I've been sipping on it already.
you're gonna have a big gulp, buddy.
Yeah, big gulp.
Big gulp.
Big old gulp.
Big old gulp.
Big
Just like
gulper.
7-Eleven
Okay.
on the
And,
corner store.
Be sure to
Address me.
Addressed.
No,
Pretty
I'm just
much.
kidding.
all right.
Welcome to my crib.
Go ahead and start us out. Give it a little stir.
Pick
Give it a little
mine.
stir.
Pick mine. Pick mine.
Mine.
Pick me.
That one.
This
That one's mine.
It's a weird time to say I can't actually read.
It's okay. You should
You can't.
be fine.
I'm
that's not
left-handed.
good.
I can't read.
Don't show us.
Wrong-handed.
All right, show us.
Yeah, you read it out to us, and then one
Show
by
the
one go
camera.
Gosh,
around.
it's upside down.
Show the camera.
Be sure to give a brief description on the first pass, and then
Oh.
we'll go in depth on the second pass.
Do I have to read it?
Yeah,
What if I don't? What if y'all can't read it?
you have to read it.
Try to pronounce it, and then ask us how we would say it if that's the case.
Well, I know how to say this.
Then say
I know this individual.
say. Go ahead.
Forgive me. Kabir Sadanand.
Interesting.
Zoom in on that.
Yeah.
In post.
What do you want? What do you want us to do? Wait, so you know about it? Do we have to
I don't know.
switch?
Do I? Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Let's
Shall
find
we?
out together.
All right, so you're gonna start by like picking whoever you want to tell
Just
you.
go in order.
No, if you know it, then we have to move on.
There's no way. There's no way he knows it.
A master of many things.
Well, he said
Harry.
individual, so
What is the country of origin of this noun?
Well, Kabir Salaman was a Mongolian warrior, actually.
he knows it. You got to move on.
So you're saying Kabir was from Mongolia.
Correct.
Interesting.
He knows it.
He does not. There's no way.
He does. Move
Brandon.
He's poker facing you.
Brandon. How many A's are
Show me
in
the name.
Kabir's last
Show
name?
me the name. How am I? What if I didn't remember it that well?
Yeah.
Kabir
We have like 30
Sadan-
seconds to memorize
Sadanand.
facts about this guy.
Just the name? Okay.
Kabir Sadanand. What do you want to know?
Pretty much just say, who is he on the first pass?
You already know. So this isn't the game. You have to figure out if we're making something up about something you don't know.
Okay.
So we should move on.
Do you know this, actually?
He
do I?
does. He said he knows the individual. It's an individual.
Is it? That's what I'm asking now.
You said it. So we all know it's an individual.
What else could it be? Kabir is obviously a Mongolian name.
Of course.
Apparently.
A name of Mongolian or origin.
Yeah, a Mongolian origin
Mongolian.
name.
You're just saying that because he or she is not Mongolian. Pick another one or get a different thing going.
Well, since we don't
Pick a different one.
know whose article this is, we're gonna.
I don't know who
Yeah.
it is at
Of
all.
course, he doesn't know who it is.
I don't
we're
know
gonna-
who this is at all.
We're gonna start again. All right, from the beginning.
So you
Alec.
don't know if that's
Alec.
a person or not.
Not a clue.
You're positive.
We're gonna start from the
He's
beginning.
such a liar.
He doesn't know who it is. He doesn't know who it
I
is.
have no clue.
He said country of origin.
It's
like
a
he knew.
person's
Like
name.
he knew
So-
it.
Oh
Alec,
my
first pass,
God.
just
Oh,
ask
gosh.
who or what is this to
Okay.
each of us. And then second pass, you can ask us, like, elaborate on or ask us a question on whatever we said. Okay?
Okay.
Gosh darn it.
So, Brandon.
You got wound up so that was hilarious.
She's looking it up.
Oh gosh.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what she's doing.
I'm refreshing my memory. I don't want in all of this.
True.
No,
humble
no more
jumbo
looking
to
it up.
lose.
No more,
If
yeah,
I-
no more looking once it
if
starts.
I can't look
Once
it up,
starts,
then-
no more looking.
Flip it around.
Oh,
All right.
there
What?
you go.
Did you show the camera?
Well, I showed that camera. Kabir Sadanand. Excellent.
Who are you asking?
Who are we starting with?
Chloe. At what time period did this person exist?
This person.
If it was a person.
This was a person. It was a male, and he was born in 1613.
What country?
Didn't state.
Interesting. 1613.
Indeed.
Why are you acting like you know?
He just wants to
I
make
swear,
you
if you
nervous.
freaking know. I'm gonna...
Gosh, that'd be wild.
That would be wild.
That'd be wild.
He just
wouldn't it?
knew who could.
Just pull a random
man-
one out, and he's
My
like,
man,
tell me
my man
Kabir.
Kabir. You know, the Arabian politician from 1985.
Hey, whoa, you're not supposed to be lying here.
Brandon.
Brandon.
What?
Tell me a little bit about his childhood. If it was a he.
Wikipedia didn't have anything about his childhood.
Interesting.
It had where he went to college.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did he go to college? Sound it out as best you can.
Something that I can't pronounce. Indian descent. Glansand College.
Glansand College.
Yes.
Circa 1613 Mongolia, India.
Not
So you have to treat
1613.
all of
and
our
not Mongolia.
answers as separate.
Crap.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We're not working
Shoot.
together for one answer.
So I've got a Mongolian warrior.
Of course.
I've got a random individual born in 1613.
You didn't ask for further detail.
Yeah, not yet. And I've got Glansand College.
Something of the sort. Yeah.
What year? Did it mention?
The Wikipedia
You can say century
article
if that helps.
had things from late 1900s, early 2000s.
Really? That recent?
Very recent.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Glansand College. Did it happen to say what province of India Glansand College was in?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Oh.
Started with a G. I don't know all the provinces.
Why
I'm not
didn't
well
you
versed
come
in my.
prepared
How
in
can
your
you
Indian
possibly not
geography?
All the provinces of India.
I don't know anything about India.
Wow, you are unprepared, my good sir.
Undereducated.
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
at what war or battle, what conflict did this individual warrior in?
Well, of course, this
Warrior?
Warriorite, if you will.
Warriorite in?
He was stemmed from one of the factions after, I forget the Mongolian's name, whoever the lead was at the time. He was one of the three factions. He was a prince of this individual, if you could call it so. And he was part of the group that was heading out east towards the European countries. So he went pretty much through Russia, conquering villages as he went. The Mongolians kind of took their force in storm. And after their original leader, whose name I have forgotten, really popular name, whatever. After he passed away, they...
Popular name.
Yeah, not Gandhi, but Genghis Khan. After Genghis Khan died,
Just forgot Genghis
I know,
Khan's
that's what
name.
I'm saying. Really popular.
Interesting.
After Genghis Khan died, they had to call an election
So
to see who would take over the lead, and that's kind of why the Mongolians stopped their charge and didn't even make it to Eastern Europe and the British Isles and France and all them. So they kind of got saved actually by this untimely death, and all the factions started fighting against each other, and Mongolia kind of disappeared after that. So this is right at the end.
Even sound Mongolian.
Around 14th century BC
So
or 80.
Oh no, that's a lot of facts.
you're saying young man Kabir
Yeah, Kabir.
was
You want facts about him?
ideally
Yes.
that's literally all you people know
Yeah.
is facts about him. That's the goal of the game.
Let me tell you about Kabir.
Okay. Go on.
Kabir is an Indian individual. He is a movie or a TV show movie producer and an actor. He has acted in multiple things, late 90s, early 2000s,
Interesting.
and written
Very interesting.
one TV show
Like the
called
story.
Friends.
Oh my gosh.
Friends.
The Indian
colon
version?
something else. I don't know.
Friends colon what?
Friends colon something. I can't
The
remember.
reunion?
No.
No, but it's Indian. It's Indian
Oh.
friends.
La reunion.
That's
Is that
French.
That's all I know.
exactly. Precisely.
This is what I know about
Well, wasn't
Kabir.
India was colonized by the French, was it
The
not?
British. You are
No,
wrong.
let him answer. Was it not?
I'm sorry, that wasn't in the Wikipedia article.
Yeah.
Continue. You never finished.
That's what the
That's it.
article had about him.
And that's about all I have to say about that.
Movie theater.
No.
One might call
Movie
these things
and TV show
Bollywood.
producer.
Movie TV show producer. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
One might
He has
call that
produced a lot.
Mongolian.
Or acted in a lot.
He's acted and produced a lot.
He's acted in a lot. He's produced one TV show.
One might call those things in Bollywood.
Maybe in
Oh.
Bollywood.
Wow.
Interesting.
It's a possibility.
Hmm. Chloe. In 1613, as you previously stated, what was his occupation? If it was a he.
I said born, so probably didn't have an occupation in
Oh,
1613. But the next date
Gosh.
given was 1650. It says not much was known about his education, but he went to study under a Renaissance painter because he was a genre works painter.
Genre works painter. What does
Yeah.
that mean?
I don't know. Didn't click on the hyperlink,
Oh.
but those are some keywords, tricky phrases, if you will.
Of
Genre works. You said Renaissance?
Mhm.
In 1650.
No, Renaissance style.
Renaissance style painter.
Renaissance style painter in 1650.
Correct.
What was the painter?
Let's get clear what ethnicity Kabir is.
Yeah.
Is he Mongolian?
I've got three different words. Actually, I've got two different words. What ethnicity was he?
Doesn't care about his ethnicity. Just
Oh,
tells me how
gosh.
great of a painter he is.
That's
Not
the
gonna
most
lie.
important thing. Ethnicity
Wow.
unknown.
Wow.
Convenient.
That's very
Extremely.
convenient. A Mongolian warrior during the fall of the Mongol Empire.
Do you have any guesses?
Yeah, I've got guesses.
Probably because he knows.
you get one.
There's no
There's no way. I know. There's 0% chance I know. 0 plus, a certain percentage.
He doesn't know.
He might. He watches.
He
doesn't do stuff.
He watches. He knows
He
Kabir.
watches things.
He watches
He has one of his
every
paintings
Bollywood.
upstairs right now.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be insane? That'd be
My
crazy.
heck.
He
I just
has
brought
some
it
of
down
his
here.
Mongol armor
What are you
in a
saying?
case right
That
now.
they're a painter.
He.
actually studied with this
Hey,
individual.
I studied Kabir
In high school.
In
It was his
co-
senior
yeah,
project.
in high school and then again in college. He got older.
Yeah, of course.
There was more to study.
He had 37 years to study painting with genre works.
Wow.
I think you're full of crap.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you're not nearly confident enough. I think you're the one telling the truth.
Is that your
Is
final
that your
answer?
final answer?
That's my final answer.
That's great because I was lying directly to your
Son of
face.
a bean.
Damn.
Son
So
of
who
a
do you think it was out of the two of us?
This doesn't count for
The
anything.
Mongolian
you still have
War.
to drink.
And I think
but-
it's you then, because
Oh,
his is not.
100%
His
lying.
is not true at all.
Straight up lying. Take a drink.
Kabir, dude.
Kabir Solomon.
Kabir.
What is it?
Kabir.
Sadanand.
Sadananda.
Kabir Sadanand. He's still alive, probably. He's born
Yeah.
in the 1980s.
You said, "Oh, I know him," and I was like, "Dude,
Crap.
you
What the
can't.
heck?
You can't know that."
No, I've never.
I'm like, he probably has seen something of his. What the?
Wow.
Of course he knows. And his wife, Arcana Sadanand.
Drink.
All right,
Big
what was
gulp.
the school?
Loser.
What was the school?
I don't know, but that was the
Sorry,
reason
loser.
why.
Oh, I was way off. Hans Raj.
He said glass sand
You said,
for
yeah,
the record.
You said gland sand. The
I
heck
was-
is that?
I was kind of close.
Hans Raj?
G-H.
We're gonna
That's
take a quick break to let Brandon here pick
That's
another
a TV
article.
show.
You said
Friends, conditions apply.
oh gosh, that's
that's
stupid.
the Indian. I've heard about that. That's the Indian version of Friends, where it's just like
Gland
off.
sand.
It.
That's the
apparently
reason
it's really
why I
weird.
didn't pick you. I was like, that idiot would could never.
Sand,
It's like,
yes,
there's
the
no
college
way.
of.
There's no
Gland
way
sand.
Miranda can think of just an Indian college out of his butt.
That was actually listed. Are we taking a break?
Yeah, we're taking a break.
I need to pee. So my turn. My turn to be judge
That is correct.
turn.
after Papor or Alec lost.
Wow, incredible.
Alec lost. So did you take your drink?
Yeah.
Your big drink.
Take a big old gulp.
Your big old gulp. You didn't get it.
Your ice cube is gone, dude.
You didn't
He
get it,
gulped it.
dude.
He gulped his cube.
It's
That was
mine.
a big gulp.
Mine's still in there.
All right, I still got some icy.
You need
I see
to
more.
take a few.
So as I understand, Alec threw one in here this round. So
Yeah, I did.
it's gonna be interesting.
It's a doozy.
A real doozy.
The frick is this? Crantic Care
Show the viewer.
Cranticare Man Wadi Morcha? Cranticare.
We have to show us, otherwise
Yeah,
we won't
exactly.
know what it is.
Of course.
All right, Alec, pronounce this.
Pronounce that.
Yes.
To the best of my can I hold it?
Man.
It's hard for me to see.
Yeah, I guess.
Krantakari Manuwadi Morka.
Pronounce.
Well, obviously, Krantakar, Manawaki, Moracha.
Krantakari Manawadi Morsha.
Oh gosh.
No.
All right.
Fancy. No.
Alex, since you had the worst pronunciation of it of everyone in the world, can you pronounce or can you explain to me briefly what Krantakari
Monoicha.
Monowadi Morcha is?
Absolutely.
Of course.
The Krantakari peoples, as they are, the name is so long actually that they prefer to go by the acronym KMM. So we can refer to them as KMM now. They are a group of people in India that are a political organization.
It's a pretty good brief description right there.
A political.
It's as brief as I can make it.
What do you say they are? Or it is.
Krantakari Manawaki Marcha is a tribe in the southern parts of America, or used to be.
Chloe.
Krantakari Manawadi Morka is a Hawaiian tradition having to do with their like traditional belief system.
Remove that.
Of course.
I don't want to strangle the beverage.
Okay, Alec.
as I am known to be.
When was this
course.
political party established?
They were established in the early 2000s. They did not give a specific year.
Okay.
Early 2000s.
How many? I don't know. What else can you tell me about the political party? What country was it?
India.
India.
Barry, what can you tell
I
me
didn't
about?
even answer your question.
Okay, fine.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Elaborate. Elaborate, if you will.
They are quoted as being a very conservative party in India.
Interesting.
And they are
KMM. Makes sense.
what do you call it? Controversially so.
What's the acronym?
KMM.
Barry, what is this tribe still around?
No, unfortunately, they are
Sad.
not. There are a few people that it said on there that still carry like the bloodline descendants. They don't have a reservation, anything. It's not actually like in America. It's in I guess what would be Mexico, the southern region, on the coast. So they're kind of a coastal tribe, and we're some of the first to see some New World travelers from Spain, and we're actually known to be very kind to them and kind of let the Spaniards walk all over them per se, which is really unfortunate for them. But yeah, that's about all I got to say about that.
Chloe, what is this tradition?
Like most religions, the Hawaiians have a really big tradition surrounding their springtime. I'm going to try to avoid some of the words they use in the article because I did my bestest with these words, but it's not like they gave a pronunciation guide. But it's to kind of celebrate the springtime. It's been kind of like glamorized or beautified for a lot of resorts, and it's those shows that you tend to get of like luau dancing, walking on hot coals, fire spinning. That's like the Hollywoodified or Americanized version, I guess. But they did like shows like that. Along with animal sacrifices when the tradition originated for like the new start of spring, the new start of a full season.
Interesting.
So this is still celebrated?
By like actually culturally Hawaiian people, yes.
Is this a yearly celebration?
It is. It's an annual celebration.
Kantakari Monowari Morcha.
I think. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
I'm pronouncing that as best as I can.
Interesting.
So what are your thoughts, Brandon?
You can
anyone
ask
in your
more questions.
anyone you want to roll out so soon?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I think it's Chloe's.
Really?
Am I right?
Wow.
Is that your final guess?
answer?
That's my final answer.
Okay, that's great because that's not my article.
Are you kidding? Okay, between
Two in a
you
row.
two,
2 in a row. Wow. So you already lost, but let's see how bad.
This might be a bad thing. I'm turning out to be a good liar.
Yeah, really good. Had me fooled. It's my article.
do they still have a big presence politically? Is it a big party?
It didn't specify. It did not sound like it.
What did it specify?
Not very much.
Is there
It was
anything
a
else
very
about this
short
party?
article.
Tell me.
There's a few things about this party. They received backlash
Of course, as all parties
due to being a quote ultra conservative political party in India,
Interesting.
specifically in the Uttar Pradesh portion of India, which is a province.
He studied
Wow.
his Indian geography for this.
Wow.
You darn skip, yeah, I did.
Do you
And
know what any of these words stand for or what they mean?
I just told you them.
What?
Like what those words specifically mean.
Yeah.
I got no
what they
clues.
translate?
I can't translate Indian or Hindu or whatever have you. But they gained a lot of backlash due to a party member that they backed by the last name Singh. And
Spell it.
Very, very prominent.
Singh with an H on the end.
Singha?
Like Singh.
Sing?
So
Singh?
very popular Indian name.
What's wrong with what he's saying?
No. Oh, nothing.
What?
Okay.
So you agree with everything he's saying?
Oh, yeah.
He agrees with everything
So
I'm saying.
you're
He's very popular.
no. So you're saying that
He's
his
very
is
popular.
right.
Oh,
Very
of course.
popular.
Yeah.
So yours isn't right.
No, not at all.
Aren't you trying to convince me that yours is it? I think you understand how this game works.
I don't think you understand what
Yes.
he's trying to do.
Your small mind. You have to think of the larger.
What about
picture.
this tribe? Tell me about it.
At
Tribe
their,
in Southern America, not around anymore.
at their strongest, they've had about 300-ish people to the tribe. And they were known to be very friendly, not only to the settlers of the New World, but other tribes. And often, because of that, other tribes did not try to fight them and enslave their people, which is, pretty good for them. They did a ton of blue water, like deep sea fishing. They were right off the coast in the Gulf. Yeah, that was it's pretty much all I got from the article.
So Southern Mexico.
Well, no, Southern America, New Mexico in the Gulf somewhere. It didn't pinpoint a
Gosh darn it.
spot.
I was so sure it was Chloe's.
So was I.
I'm gonna go for berries.
Well, you would be incorrect again.
Gosh, darn it. You seem
Good
so
job.
unsure.
He does. I did not believe him
I played
I
at all.
didn't
I thought it was
either.
Chloe's
Yeah.
the whole time.
I
time.
like to play dumb.
And he was
Yeah,
telling the
man.
truth. He was a truther that whole time.
Yeah, Krantakari Manuati Morka, KMM,
Yeah. Canon.
Hindu ultra conservative political organization.
course.
People got mad at them because they nominated a woman named Dara Singh who was accused of murdering an
Wow.
Australian Christian missionary.
Oh my.
Oh my lord.
Of all of the things that you guys were describing, it sounded Hawaiian. So I was
really did.
yeah,
As soon as
that makes
I
sense.
heard it, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is what I'm going for."
I went Native American. Drive.
The only other thing I had on them is that they got mad at their version of the Supreme Court for trying to decriminalize homosexuality. It's a very short article with
Were
a
you
lot of.
trying to confuse me?
Of course.
Well, yeah, that's the name.
doesn't
of the,
want you
that's
to
the name of the
think it's
game. I'm hiding in the shadows while
He
you're.
never lies.
Then why
Seeking the
wouldn't he
prey.
just
He never
lie?
li- He can't.
I can't
You
lie.
have
to
to
lie.
tell the truth. If it's your
If it's your
article, you
article, you
have
gotta
to
tell
tell
the
the truth.
He fooled you by telling the truth.
So another
It's
quick
impressive.
So
break,
why
so
would-
you can select a new article.
Yep.
Yeah.
well, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Yes.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Right. So let's get started again.
Chloe's this round's judge. Hey, what are you doing?
I just needed to look
Done.
up something real quick.
Done.
Before I read it,
Done.
before
I'm
I
good.
read
I'm
it,
good now.
it's
I'm good
gonna
now.
be on. All right, cool. All right. Lychee.
Interesting.
It's probably wrong, but all right. So Barry, how would one pronounce such a thing?
It's lychee. It's Chinese.
It's Chinese.
Correct.
Interesting. And you?
It is lychee and it is Chinese.
Interesting. And you?
It's lychee and it's Japanese, not Chinese.
Interesting. All right. So. All right. Barry, could you maybe tell me more about this Japanese word lychee?
It's Chinese.
My bad.
Yeah. So lychee is actually a private car company out of China.
Oh.
They do electric cars, like the little. You seen the little shoes? little tiny little electric cars. Yeah.
Shoes?
Yeah, that looks like a little, like the size of your shoe.
Interesting.
Like super squished. There's nothing on either end.
Like a smart
It's for-
car.
So the death
yeah,
traps.
yeah, just like a smart. Yeah, yeah, the same thing,
All right.
but it's called lychee.
And can you tell me about this also Chinese word, lychee?
So lychee it's actually a very tragic story. It is a small village in. I'm not honestly good at geography, and there was not a map provided. But it's along the eastern border, as I understand it, of China.
Mm.
and it is where several very bad war crimes occurred during some sort of conflict that the Chinese had. I believe it was in 1932, because I'm not the best with remembering dates.
So Lychee's a city.
Lychee is no, it's a village. There's a difference between a village and a city.
Huge difference.
Really, really
Population
small,
mostly.
Yeah.
mostly fishing village because it's on the eastern border of China.
Yeah.
And they were overtaken by
Interesting.
I cannot remember the name of the people. Not the Mongols.
1930s.
Yeah.
The Mongols
1930s. The Mongolian
The
peoples.
Mongolians.
Interesting.
Laos. It's a country I always forget. People from Laos came there, and there was a lot of like beheadings and a lot of
Tasty.
burning village to the ground and ransacking of this village. It was actually pretty sad.
I'm sure you cried when you read it.
Well, no, I didn't cry because I'm not Chinese.
Oh, wow.
So it
That's
wasn't
controversial.
sensitive.
Hot take. All right, moving on. Tedro, can you tell me about this not so Chinese word?
Sure. Lychee is Japanese.
Mhm.
It's a medicinal herb that they was actually started using, I don't know, like early in the literally first century of Japan. They used it as an ointment to relieve pain. So they would crush it up, rub it on any painful joints or painful muscles. And it's actually still used today in really popular brands. Just to relieve any pain. It's like a Bengay kind of, but more
Like
more
tiger,
herbal.
Tiger balm.
Like it's green and it's crushed up leaves, basically. Lychee.
Leaf paste.
All right.
A pastel leaf.
Cool. Let's circle back. Barry,
Mm, mm.
tell me about this car company.
Yeah. Pretty much they private company that makes compact electrical cars for not going really far. They got like 1,500 employees, which is a pretty big number. It's a lot of people working for them
In China?
In China, yeah,
That's
it's
a small number.
Yeah, extremely. I think they have 3 or 4 car models out, but they all look pretty much the same. They're just like it's just a smart car, but China ripped it off, so it's a Chinese smart car.
Did you, in fact, see pictures of these smart cars?
1 or 2, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, one was red,
Interesting.
and they had another one that was not red.
Mm.
And the article was saying how like their whole thing was this like CO2 emissions, right? Because electric cars help with that, the whole carbon footprint thing, and they got like electric solar panels that are, make electricity on top of them.
Buying it, Barry.
And they got solar panels on them, and apparently it helped like 40,000 something liters of CO2 get not produced or something like that.
Of get not produced.
Yeah, it helps with pollution.
Great English.
Is what the article was
I'm so proud
saying.
of you.
Yeah, they've
The Chinese
Exactly.
are bad at English.
yeah. It's
Well,
well,
it's
it's
not
That
obviously.
doesn't mean that he
It's-
has to give it in such a manner that it is also
It's not
bad
their
English.
Well,
First.
hey, listen. I don't remember what date they were founded in. Numbers seem to slip me.
I'm
but-
bad at Mandarin.
What?
Ni hao mai.
You're really good at it, actually.
actually-
Wait, was that
pretty awesome.
Japanese?
No.
Ni hao is
Ni hao is Chinese.
Maybe let's not get into this.
That's got to be Chinese.
Correct.
Correct.
All right, since you wanna cut in, Pamela, we'll just segue
Excellent.
into you telling me more about this very
Alex.
small
Excellent.
village.
It's not much of a small village anymore. They
Wow.
sorry, dark humor. They were they didn't
Wow.
exactly make it out on the other side.
Really, so it's no longer a village.
No. By no means is it a village anymore.
It
It's
was.
very sad.
So do we have like a date that these things happened?
1932. I said that earlier.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if that's like the real date, but I'm pretty sure it was 1932.
Very
As far as
specific.
It was early
Very
1930s at
specific.
least.
All right, and then just one more pass. Tell me about this Japanese herb we've got going on here.
Interesting.
Yeah, like I said, very popular herb, always used from like very early centuries Japan, and it's still used today. Very, I don't know, it's just very popular. It's used in different ointments, still on the market. It's a really popular marketing brand to put like lychee medicinal ointment or whatever. The one picture on the article was literally of an ointment that was used by baseball players in Japan. And it just literally said like lychee right on the front of it. But that's all I have. It's still used today, used very early on.
In
That's all I got.
English letterings, it said lychee on the front of it.
Yes,
Interesting.
lychee. That was pretty
It's the
much the
translated.
only, it's pretty much the
From
only
the kanji.
English lettering on it.
Interesting.
That makes sense.
All right.
I can't read Japanese,
Yeah.
but I saw the word lychee.
I don't think anybody here can.
I'd be
You can't?
thoroughly impressed if you could.
No.
So did I.
They don't use
Yeah.
letters.
Well, they do now, kind of.
What?
Yeah, it's not just kanji. They got like
They put English on everything.
yeah.
Oh. Well,
But they got their own symbol.
that's
It's
not
different.
English. That's not English.
It's
It's
English,
English
lettering,
lettering.
of the
Oh.
word lychee.
I mean, spelt differently, lychee is also an English word, but it's neither here nor there.
Lich.
What?
I'm
So
confused.
she knows what
I
it
don't-
is.
Wow,
Lychee.
that's great. You got any guesses so far? What are your thoughts?
Well,
I smell
These
my
two
mic.
are very convincing. I'll say that.
yeah.
Oh, really?
How convincing? Like if you were judging,
Pretty convincing.
yeah, they could have fooled you.
I am obviously not convincing because you guys didn't pick, or Alec didn't pick me the first round.
Yeah. Wow.
Even though I
what are
was
the
telling
odds?
the truth.
Write
Hey,
that down.
What are the odds that he gets picked twice? That'd be
What are the
That'd
odds?
be crazy.
Write that down. Write that down.
Write that down.
That'd be crazy.
Weather boy.
Wow.
Write it.
All right. Write it down.
I think it'd be pretty cool to be a weather boy.
Yeah.
See, I really,
Not a man, just a boy.
you're
Yeah.
really good at coming up with details, and I know this about you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And
I
because of
speak
this,
the truth.
I
for the
feel like
trees. And nothing
your
but the
electric
truth.
car company is full of shit.
Interesting.
Especially because you told me how all of the models look the
Oh,
same.
He
We're
speaks
very
Mandarin.
similar.
Well, that makes
obviously.
sense. I mean, China, it's probably mass
Yeah,
produced.
they're all little like.
I
compact
agree. I'm just saying.
things.
He speaks Mandarin.
Of course.
You speak Mandarin?
Orange.
That's like the biggest language on the planet.
I didn't know languages had sizes.
They do. The more people that speak them, the bigger they are.
Large,
Interesting.
medium, small.
Extra small,
Would you like to make that extra
Tiny.
large?
extinct.
3XL.
Would you like a large fry?
I'm pretty sure it's Mandarin is like the largest language
The
on the
The most
problem with
widely
yours
spoken.
is
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
I
largest.
know that such an herb does exist. However, I
Oh,
don't
golly.
know if you're full of shit. Like you could
What?
just take the idea and be like, yeah, that's pretty close. I'm gonna use it. And
course.
I could totally buy it. But you could
Wow.
also
Pretty close.
actually be telling the truth.
We'll
And I
see.
was believing you until you were like, yeah, I saw the picture of it. It reads directly in English, lychee on the
Lychee.
front. And that's not how we spell lychee in English.
Japanese
So-
products have English language.
Yeah,
No,
written all
I-
over
of course.
them.
I
They do.
agree.
I
But
mean,
if they were
if it says
using a word
KFC.
that we have words
Yeah.
for, they spell it the way we spell it.
So who's
I
telling
really
the-
don't want to believe before though. That's why I have yet to make it.
What do you mean you don't want to believe Alec?
There's no way you got 3 in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. That would be pretty impressive.
Wow. What are the odds?
What are the odds?
What are the odds?
The odds are
It's-
roughly point
Well, 1 in 3.
0.09%.
He wasn't being like
9%.
flippant about it though this
Yeah.
time. Like the first 2 times, he
Maybe
was
that's his
like,
strategy.
yeah.
It
Now
could
he's
be.
probably actually like
Bait and switch.
Yeah.
telling a lie.
There's something I'm good at. It's baiting and switching.
Just saying.
So just the switch part.
He did not hesitate with this one.
Let's come to the consensus.
All right.
here.
All right. Tedro, is this your article?
No.
Wow.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Between the two of you, it's not a Japanese herb, which is the one I was
Correct.
fighting
It is
with.
Chinese. Can't
It
confirm.
is, in fact, one of the Chinese options.
It's one of them.
Is it a electric car company or is it a small fishing village?
That's a good question.
The world may
Decimated.
never know.
Decimated fishing village.
decimated.
It's not a
Of
thing
course.
anymore.
It's no
car
longer here.
company,
Or,
Right.
You know, smart electric Tesla knockoff.
Yeah.
which there's a lot.
That is entirely possible.
Yeah, I don't know which one it is.
He has no clue either.
Barry, is this your article?
Is that your
Final guess.
It is
Yes.
my article.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is
It still doesn't count as
Lychee
winning. I still
car
have to
brand,
drink about
a
it.
Chinese automobile manufacturer headquartered in Dezhou, China.
Okay.
It is a low-speed electric vehicle company that specializes in producing neighborhood electric vehicles.
You said low distance, so
Yes,
that's
low distance, low
Low
speed.
distance.
1,500 employees.
okay.
You get so many
Something they
numbers
got.
right.
Yeah. He's good.
About 4,000 tons of CO2
Yeah, you
from
called
their
it
4.5.
liters.
I don't know. And then look
Look
at these bodies. Like it's the same thing. It's
Red
but that one's
and-
red.
red and
that one's
not red.
yellow.
You said
and
red
they
and
got
not red.
Yeah, red.
They look
Not
like,
red.
They look like smart cars.
Exactly.
I
like
need a picture. It didn't happen.
That looks
Wow.
like
smart
crap.
car.
Wow.
Yeah,
they
they
look a
look,
lot
um,
like smart
It
cars.
does look like.
It looks like a golf cart.
Look,
Smart
there's a
cars are
yellow one.
Smart cars are Japanese though.
Huh?
Smart cars are
And a
Japanese.
silver one.
I don't know.
I know
Maybe.
they are. Because they got
I
popular
don't know.
on
You
the
were saying it in a questioning way.
no,
I thought you were asking me.
I'm telling you.
Smart cars are Japanese.
Smart
Okay.
cars are
Yeah,
Japanese.
Smart cars are Japanese. Sure.
You know what that means.
Because they were popular.
Drink up.
They were popular on
Drink
the Wii commercial.
Interesting.
Oh gosh, there's thunder outside.
That was me.
The weather interference is getting rough.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, there's two.
Okay, so Barry, go ahead and pick a new article real quick.
Oh no, I'll judge so we don't even have to break. do
Yeah,
we?
Judge, and you get a new article. Yeah.
That is correct. All right, we'll take a quick
Break.
Welcome back. We have a new article for everyone. I will be the judge for the fourth round. Let's pick a new
See if I
Wikipedia
can do
article.
it.
Do what?
See if I win again.
Let's see if I win again. Let's see if I win again.
What's it say?
It says
Whoa.
Peril Whitaker versus Gary Jacobs. Brandon, tell me what this is.
It's
Go ahead.
Did you say peril?
Whatever.
You say peril?
It's Purnell.
Sorry, Purnell
Purnell Whitaker and Gary Jacobs.
versus Gary Jacobs.
Yeah.
Tell me what is this about?
It was a boxing match back in the 1970s. I don't know what you just were doing a brief thing first.
Yes.
Boxing match.
Boxing match. Okay. Alec,
Yeah, what's up, Holmes?
tell me what this is about. Peril Whitaker versus Gary Jacobs.
Well, Brandon was correct. That clearly says Purnell Whitaker versus Gary Jacobs.
Purnell.
So
sorry.
we're all in agreement that
Purnell.
That
Barry
is-
cannot, in
It
fact,
is
read.
Purnell Whitaker versus Gary Jacobs. And it was, in fact, a boxing match. But it was in 1995.
Interesting. Chloe, tell me about this Purnell versus Gary,
So-
Mr. Jacobs.
Exactly. So it was Purnell Whitaker versus Gary Jacobs. It was a Supreme Court case.
Interesting.
Crap.
What do you mean, crap?
Alec, would you care to elaborate on this boxing match that occurred in 1995?
Absolutely. So Purnell Whitaker was the favored person. That's why his name is first. They were honestly, I don't know the weights for boxing, but they were welterweight, which I don't remember how heavy that is. They were about the same height. Funnily enough, Whitaker was born in Norfolk, Virginia.
Interesting.
Yeah. And Gary Jacobs' boxing ring name was The Kid. And Purnell won. Spoiler alert. That's why
Interesting.
That's why he was the favorite.
Purnell won.
Purnell won. Whitaker.
Purnell won.
Purnell won. Gary Jacobs.
0.
Brandon, would you care to elaborate on this other boxing match that has occurred?
Whitaker v. Jacobs. Whitaker Jacobs. It's a surprise you've never heard of it. It's very big. It was a very big match back in the 70s.
Everyone.
Whitaker
In the
v.
70s.
Jacobs. Yeah. I said that first. Anyway.
Sorry. Sorry.
Whitaker Jacobs, just for your information, they're both black dudes. They were actually
Very
heavyweight. They were both heavyweight. Whitaker was reigning champ, heavyweight. Jacobs was challenging him. I think they went 4 rounds, and then Jacobs actually got Whitaker in the 4th round out of 5. But Jacobs won, took the title that year.
Interesting. So we got a Jacobs winning over here and a Whitaker winning over here. Chloe, would you tell me a little bit more about this Supreme Court case?
Yeah.
The
So
Supreme case.
Supreme.
it was
This is very
a deluxe
Supreme.
case, if you will.
Not a sponsor.
Would you like to add a large fry with that?
I would. Thank you. Okay, so like I said, it was a Supreme Court case. It was in 2005. It Okay, so on the way up, it was super controversial. You have to like appeal through several courts to get your
Interesting,
case
of
to the
course.
Supreme Court, right?
As one does.
Right. And so
What was the case about?
we're getting there.
Okay.
Baby steps.
Okay.
Baby steps.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I'm elaborating. I gotta paint
about
a
it?
picture.
Elaborate.
So on the way up, actually, Mr. Whitaker got assaulted because the general public opinion was that he was guilty, and the courts were not of a definitive opinion, so that's why it kept going up. But it became like a really big thing. If you kind of remember the sentiment around like the what was it? Like the Alabama 9 or no, the Arkansas. Jeez Louise.
Interesting.
You know what I'm talking about?
The
school
Magnificent Seven.
Exactly.
No, we're not talking about the Magnificent Seven. But
The Lucky.
the case where they had to have soldiers escort students to school because they were letting
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Thank you. The Arkansas 9. They were letting black students go to school. So same thing. They ended up having to have protected, basically escorts in order to
Interesting.
get in and out of some of these court hearings because the public opinion became very strong. So what had happened was,
course.
so Mr. Jacobs had basically intruded on Mr. Whitaker's house, and Mr. Jacobs was shot in the thigh. And at the time, there were not a lot of clear self-defense laws, and a lot of people thought that because Mr. Jacobs was unarmed and therefore objects and not Mr. Whitaker's life, that he had no right to respond the way that he did. And basically the sentiment was he could have killed the guy, and Mr. Whitaker's defense was, well, if he valued my things more than his life, he took that risk upon himself.
Interesting. So I think Alex's answer is complete bovine scatology. So I
Interesting.
completely crossed that out.
Does bovine scatology mean?
BS.
Bovine.
Oh, gosh.
Bovine,
Cow.
as in the bovines,
As in,
Indeed.
As in the bovinus.
bovinians.
now,
The bovinian.
Bovinian.
I'm
Rhapsody.
inclined to believe Chloe because of how many facts she was able to lay out. But then again, she could just be making up a story on the fly. And
Then again,
you know,
I'm
The-
not.
Brandon, you said boxing, and I think Alec over here panicked and decided to choose the exact same thing. Could be the other way around, but
possible.
That is scandalous.
I went first though.
That is scandalous.
I feel like I believe Chloe more, but my gut is almost always wrong. So, Brandon, is it you?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. It's not.
Damn it!
He
It's
thought
Chloe.
he got it.
It's
He
Chloe.
thought he got it. No, it's not.
Really?
It is.
it was a
It
box-
is Alex.
So it was a boxing match.
Yes,
Yeah, it
two
was-
for
it
two,
was a boxing
wrong.
match.
Oh
I wasn't
my
really sure which way around it was.
I was like, oh shoot, he said boxing.
I just know my American history really well
Yeah,
that
well,
I
Oh
can
my
create it.
I
Yeah,
figured that's
man.
what she was doing. I
said
took
box-
the 50-50 on the
Tell me
boxing.
who doesn't look at a versus title
Yeah, and think court case.
yeah, either court
That's why I
case
picked it.
or
I was like, versus? This
Court
is
case.
two people I've never heard of, and I know
Yeah.
anybody else. Here knows.
I've never heard of
He
them.
said,
Yeah.
"Oh shoot."
Oh,
It's like, oh,
shoot.
you were like
rap.
Alec definitely panicked, but in reality, he
It
just
was-
guessed
It was
really
the other way
well.
around. That was
a
amazing.
good
That was a
one.
good one.
Yeah. Pernell
Wow.
Whitaker, Gary Jacobs. Yeah.
Big
Pernell-
goal.
Tell us the facts.
Pernell beat the crap out of Jacobs. He was the favored 20 to 1 odds.
Wow.
They were welterweight. They were like an inch apart. This is not the boxing match. There we go. It was the
Interesting.
prize fight in the August 26, 1995 for the welterweight title. It was billed as the summer's blockbuster. Pernell Whitaker was born in Norfolk, Virginia, and
Wow.
his nickname was Sweet Pea.
That's why I thought he was lying.
Yes, I was
Wow.
like, this is a good thing for me to remember. They were both left-handed, which was, strange.
Wrong.
And Gary Jacobs was known as
matchup.
the Kid, and he was born in Scotland, which I
Wow, the
completely
Kid.
forgot until just now.
Whitaker sounded very familiar, and that's why I immediately went to like
Boxing.
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 Whitaker. That
watches
definitely
boxing?
sounds like a
Yeah.
boxing.
Yeah,
name.
Do you
Whitaker
box,
won.
bro?
Whitaker won unanimously.
Interesting.
And
Yeah, that's right. Boxing is
You
scored.
didn't mention the left-handed
Interesting.
thing. You didn't mention.
I forgot most of it. I was like, I really hope they don't ask for a lot of details.
He panicked.
I was like, I'm not looking at my phone after
Wow.
I put it down.
Alex
I can't.
doing surprisingly well.
And
tonight.
it took 12 rounds.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was like, 5th round.
Did you
Jeez.
do a drink?
I did. I'll
drink
You
again.
better down that.
Hey, we need to see it.
Mm-mm. That was not a downing.
Not
That was-
downing.
This was
We were
this
here.
is one of our final
We're now
rounds.
here.
We
This is
need
one of the
you to-
final rounds.
we got one more.
What in the Sam Hill
We're
is
doing
this?
a finale.
Yep.
We're doing one more.
Do one more. We're gonna break.
Pennsylvania.
I'm
And we're
gonna.
back. I'm going to be the judge for this round.
Turn to the camera.
Final.
I can't see him.
All right, let's get this done and over with.
The final round.
Whoa.
Fight.
Finish him.
Finish him.
This better be
Fatality.
good.
I hope it
better.
is. That'd be ideal.
Yeah, I agree.
Why do you guys do this?
Do what?
Have bad handwriting.
We have to see what it says. Good gracious alive.
Jux Mediterraneans.
That sounds satanic.
Joe Mediterraneans. Alec, pronounce this.
Je Méditerranéens. That's French.
That's not how you pronounce it. Say again.
Je Méditerranéens. Oh,
Je-
golly.
Mediterraneans.
I am
Mediterraneans,
Not
these
not
nuts.
sure how to pronounce it. I think it's Jux Mediterraneans, but I do know that it is a strand of flies species.
Oh, I don't remember asking.
That's
It-
funny.
It is pronounced Jus Mediterraneans.
Jules Mediterraneans.
He believes it now.
Oh, gosh.
All right,
Species.
Alec, can you
What's up?
describe to me what Jules Mediterraneans is?
Maybe if you would pronounce it right. I don't know what Mediterraneans is, but Je,
Mediterraneans.
Je Méditerranéens. It is not a saying. That's the wrong word. It's like the name. I don't know what je means in French because I took French, as you know, years ago. But Mediterranean is clearly, Mediterranean in French. It is like a small area of a river that is in the Mediterranean. It's like an offshoot of the Mediterranean Sea that leads into it. That people often fish on, fish near, fish by. Everywhere I fish.
What is Jus Mediterranees
It is
or
a
Jux?
Yeah, I have no. I'm not even going to pretend to know how to pronounce the letters there. It is a homogeneous of fly species found in the Americas. They're a wide. There's about like 1,300, I think, was the number, different species of them, and they're a parasitic type of fly.
What is Jus Mediterranees?
Well,
Chloe.
as somebody who's fluent in
Bless
French,
you. Wow.
jus
Wow.
means game. So it was Mediterranean Games. One could equate it to something kind of like the Olympics, but much, much smaller. It was held in Tanzania in 1967 over the span of 9 days.
Tanzania.
Yeah.
Where's Tanzania?
I don't have a degree in geography. I just can read.
What year?
1967.
I know somebody born in that year.
Interesting.
They're still alive. Both of them.
Interesting.
I would hope it's not that
Both
long
of
ago.
them.
It's quite a ways away.
Mm.
It's a wee bit in the
Okay.
past.
It's only about 30 years.
Oh gosh.
Why is it significant? Jus Mediterranees, the river.
It's not really that significant. There's a Wikipedia article on almost
What did
everything.
it say? Why is it on Wikipedia?
Well, I mean,
Somebody wrote
I
it.
could probably find your next door neighbor on Wikipedia. It's
Good luck.
really not much special about Je Mediterranees other than the French really like their territories.
That's true.
That's true.
And they're
Those are
very
big
vocal
facts.
about that,
Big fact.
which is why I refuse to say Jux. Because
He will get.
they would
Jux.
jump down
Hunted.
my throat, especially with the name that I have. Wow.
Alec.
It's really just
You can't tell me anything else.
it's a collection of rivers that lead into and deposit into the Mediterranean Sea that at one point were owned by the French, and that's why it's got a French name because they were very popular colonizers.
Not as popular as the British.
That's also true. And it's just a place that now the Mediterranean peoples fish out of,
Interesting.
Greece, Turkey, what have you.
Area.
I don't know many other countries that are in that region.
In the Med.
Barry,
Ah,
what can you
Yeah.
tell me about the flies?
they.
Why is this significant?
They've been extensively researched. The common houseflies stem from a branch of these. They're more often found the super parasitic types, and they're insect to insect parasites, not insect to human. But the more parasitic types have been found more widely in South America, which is interesting. They're fairly large flies, and they don't have any specific
You said South America?
categorization. Yeah, well, it's found throughout all of the Americas, but primarily the parasitic ones are found in South America. One of the first flies was found of the genre, if you will, was found in the 1930s, and there are like 8 other discoveries on the years following, and they're up to like 1,300 different genotypes of this one species of fly because the spawn cycles are so short. And that's about all I have to say about that.
Chloe, Tanzania, 1967 games. What were the games including of?
It said it held 14 different sports. It was the first time that women participated in the games. It was, even though it was held over 9 days, only 14 sports, 96 medals were given out. And 26 countries participated.
Well, no, it's not all gold.
It could be.
No. 96 medals would be all three places.
Yeah, why would they
That's
give
why
out
it's
gold to
divisible by
everybody?
3.
It's a lot of metal.
Good
Yeah.
gracious.
Yeah.
It's a
You have to
lot
have
of
gold,
metal.
silver, and bronze.
Holy cow. You can't have winners without losers.
If you ain't first, you last.
Second
Ricky,
place is just
Ricky
first
Bobby.
loser.
My mama told me not to play that
Dag-
foosball.
Daggum, Ricky Bobby.
Daggum.
Was there a picture?
Yeah, there were multiple pictures. The main one was like a brownish fly. It looks like a housefly, just super zoomed in. And then the preceding pictures, there were some slightly blacker. Like they were all very different. Some had red faces, some had yellow faces, some were brown, some were black, some were spotted. Kind of all over the place, but similar body structure.
One might call that a shape.
Sure. Honestly, look like a grasshopper, just shrunk like body. Very strangely. Larger head,
Cricket.
but it kind of looked like a shrunk down to like fly size grasshopper. Kind of.
Was there a picture with yours, Alec?
It was just like not a topographic map. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I do
It's
know what a
like-
topographic map is.
It's not a
but,
it's a topographic map without
But not-
the topograph.
so an
a map.
overhead
So a
view.
map.
So a map.
It's a map.
What
It's
kind
a
of
map.
a
Map of
map is
what?
not
It was just like
overview?
so it had a red circle around like the specific region of Jeux Méditerranéens,
Interesting.
which was based on because it was kind of zoomed in. I'm pretty sure it was southwestern Turkey, but again, as you know about me, I'm not good at geography. I'm pretty sure it was Turkey though, based on the shape of the country, because that's got a funny shape
Southeast.
to it.
What did it look like, though?
Who?
Like, what did it look like?
What did what look like?
Like the
The
picture.
shape.
You
It's
said
just
it
a
was
bunch
like
of rivers. Like it looks like claw marks almost. It's rivers. Like a lightning strike, I guess, if you wanted to equate it to like something else that I know.
Interesting.
Which side was the Mediterranean on? Which side were the rivers coming from?
Well, the Mediterranean would be south because Turkey is the north part of the Mediterranean Sea in Europe. So
In the Mediterranean.
that's where it would be.
Okay.
The rivers don't lead north; they drain south into the Mediterranean Sea.
Okay.
That helps you pictualize that. Picturize.
Chloe, was there a picture with yours?
Just a poster for the games.
Any thoughts? Seems kind of
Anyone
divided.
to rule out at the moment?
I think I'm gonna go with Barry. Is this yours, Barry?
Is that your final answer?
This is my final answer.
No.
Oh gosh,
Okay,
Not even a little bit.
it's not the
They-
parasite.
However,
fly?
So-
the parasite fly does exist. That's what it.
I knew you
Kinda-
were thinking
Kind
about
of grasshopper like.
wow, he gets to see it. I don't get to see it.
I knew you
kind
were
of
thinking
grasshopper,
about
like.
something because you're
Shut up.
describing something
What?
that you actually.
That is correct. I
Saw.
did
He
He just
see.
knew he wouldn't get to his
this
article.
fly.
Tachina Ferra.
Yeah, this is the
Tachina Ferra.
Now, Alex doesn't
The
sound
Chinde.
like it's actually what he's describing, even though what he's describing might be a thing.
I don't know what that means in the slightest.
whatever.
So
Could
he
you
might be
saying?
actually describing a real thing, I'm sure, but it's I
I
don't
always
think
do.
it's
Interesting.
Jeux Mediterraneans.
You took French
think
more than I
it's
did.
Chloe's.
Give some accent in there.
Interesting. Is that your final answer?
Finale.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chloe.
Well, that's really good because it was actually my article this
Oh
time.
crap!
I got
You
on the
still
second
lost.
try, but I lost.
So, Jeux Méditerranéens is the 1967 the Mediterranean Games,
Interesting.
officially known as Jeux Méditerranéens, or as Tunis 1967. They were the 5th Mediterranean Games. They were held over 9 days from the 8th to the 17th of September,
Interesting.
where 1,249 athletes men and women competed from 11 countries. For the first time, women took part in the games. There were a total of 96 events from 14 different sports. I didn't lie. That was a lot of numbers. I got one number wrong. It was 11 instead of 14 countries.
Oh my
All the rest of the numbers were accurate.
There are rivers in Turkey.
This is a fact. There are rivers. I don't think they're French named.
Probably
but
not.
there are Turkish rivers.
I don't know.
You tell me, commenters. Are there
Probably. I don't know.
Are there French rivers?
I'm not
in Turkey?
well versed
Second try.
in Turkish. I know they
I
are
would tell
low-key
you to drink,
fascist.
but there's nothing left.
Yeah, I know, Mel.
You son of a bean!
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
So I'll drink my water.
Where did you put it? The production value is getting insane. What is that?
The off-camera assistant, obviously.
Yeah.
Put it off.
Oh, it doesn't work for you.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a.
Produce it out of thin air.
Dang it!
He just
Dang it!
Thank you, Barry and
Of course.
Chloe, for coming
Of course.
on
Thank
and
you for
hanging
having
out with us. We had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
it was indeed.
I love a good game.
This is
awesome.
a great game. Thanks for introducing
Yeah.
it.
Excellent game.
Excellent game.
I do love the hunt.
And Alec, as always, thanks for the drinks.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Did my darndest.
It worked out.
Very young.
Dagummit.
Dadgummit.
Oh, man. Well, I want to say bye.
Yeah. So long for now.
All right, everybody. That was Barry and Chloe, match made in heaven, here with us
Oh yeah.
on the Dadgummit podcast. Tune in next Monday for an all new episode. Who's going to be our guest? I don't know. I find out last minute.
Figure it out.
Sure will.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like our content. As always, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.